Yo, what's good, y'all? And welcome back to another episode of Sparking Conversation, y'all. Y'all know what we do, what we spark and conversate, right? And look, like I say all the time, man, I'm so thankful for each and every one of y'all that take time out to watch this broadcast when it's live, and also that listen to the playback on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, and all those other places that you normally stream your podcasts on. I appreciate all of y'all out there. It was amazing for me to go check the numbers on just the audio streaming. That's so dope. How many people are listening to the playback or listening to the podcast? So I appreciate all of y'all out there. If that's my trucker lives or whoever else out there that's just rolling through, man, that's actually listening to the audio portion of these shows when they come in the playback, man. I appreciate y'all, man, for real. So today's topic, y'all know I got my crew in the building today, man. I wanted to talk about 2022, right? I want to do our own little recap, our little, wrap up, so to speak. Uncle Murder wrap up was crazy too. I don't know if y'all heard it out there, but y'all need to go check that out if y'all haven't already. But definitely that joint was, yeah. It was a lot going on in 2022, man. Even too much that happened that couldn't go in that song. You know what I mean? I just want to make sure that as we move forward, sometimes it's good to know where we've been. I think it's a whole different atmosphere going on now when it comes to the shift. When that shift happens, when people are starting to recognize and wake up to, just society as a whole. For us as a community, we've been pretty much shooting ourselves in the foot, and we don't want to continue that trend going into 2023 and beyond. We want to take all the lessons that we learned in 2022, and we want to make sure that we don't repeat those, break those chains, or break those generational curses. But before we get in the show, and before I go ahead and introduce my guest, y'all know what we got to do. We got to get into the sponsors. And again, all of you content creators that's out there, I'm talking about filmmakers, I'm talking about comics, I'm talking about people who produce shows, uh, open mics, showcases. I mean, anything that you have that is involving you as a person or you as a promoter that want to market and promote a brand. I'm telling y'all, man, without no blockage. I'm talking about without nobody coming on saying, hey, you can't show that or you can't show this. I ain't promoting porn or nothing like that. But what I'm saying to you is that if there's something that you want to show and you feel like you can't on other platforms, you can now. And where's that? That's at Flixsters, y'all. Y'all already know Flixsters. We partner with Flixsters. The description, the link will be in the description. Y'all know what to do. Flixsters give you the ability to have your own 24-hour streaming service, y'all. And I'm talking about that's in the power of anyone's hands. Y'all know before, anytime you had some product or content, you had to worry about where was you going to put it? Where was you going to host it? Yo, where would it be a place that I could submit it to and I could have it where I could draw in my own fan base and I could utilize the fan base that I have across all my social media marketing uh, campaigns or platforms. Now's the time, y'all. Flixsters. Go to the description, click the link, get all the information, y'all. But I'm telling y'all, content creators, filmmakers, y'all don't sleep. Technology is the way. We got to move forward and we got to move in progress, y'all. Word up. So don't forget that y'all need y'all to check that out. Another one of the sponsors that we got to get into, because this is super dope, is that Jasper AI, y'all. Jasper Artificial Intelligence, y'all. Y'all know how it is. Big corporations, they've been using artificial intelligence to market and promote all their brands. I'm talking about each and everything that they do. Even to write their blog posts, they put a couple of keywords, they put some topics in there, they have artificial intelligence write their posts for them, write their blogs, write their word. I mean, the whole nine, and it does it for them, and it does it for them while they sleep. So while you sleep, you can still be working. You can still be getting content out. Remember, we over here in the Western Hemisphere, we 6 hours behind everybody over there on the East. So that means that while we sleep, they up and vice versa. So that means that your content should be played 24 hours a day, not just when you up. If you only focus on when you up, you're missing so much opportunity because we have access to the world now with this internet thing. So y'all already know. Don't play with yourself. If you're gonna play anything, just don't play yourself, yo. Jasper AI, y'all go check that out. The link will be in the description. So listen, this is what we get ready to do. I got other sponsors, and y'all know the main sponsor that's always in the building. Y'all know how we do, and that's my crew, y'all. Y'all know what it is. always do the show. I do know how we get done. And I want that all of y'all out there know how to get in contact with me and get the merch for yourself. And this is where you go. We got a link tree. You go to the link tree. All you got to do is click the link. Click the link. Copy and paste this link. Y'all see this, type it in, whatever y'all got to do. The link will be in the description as well. Y'all can click on the merch tab and y'all can get right to us. Y'all see all of the new pieces we have. We got some jackets on the way. We got more hoodies on deck. I mean, the whole nine, yo. We've been working, yo. So shout out to everybody that's already been supporting. Y'all know what we doing, yo. All right. So before I introduce my guest, I also want to let y'all know about something that's crazy because I have to start the new year off right. This is the first show of 2023. And so I want to continue letting everybody know that I'm staying focused out here. So we got a new joint out here, y'all, that's coming. 2023, y'all. And I'm telling you,
with you, mommy, I be feeling the motion. When I'm inside you, I be deep as the ocean.
I don't know what happened. I guess it wasn't time for me to play it. I blacked out. Everything blacked out. I mean, listen, I don't know what happened just now, yo. I think I was moving too fast, touched too many buttons. Y'all know how that do. User error. My bad. I'll bring it back in the show later on. We'll get to that. But listen, I got my guest in the building. So I'm about to introduce them and bring them on. Y'all already know them. They rock with me on a lot of stuff that I do. You see them in the skits. You see them in the short film content that I do. You also see us at I Got 5 on It. I Got 5 on It is going crazy for 2023. All the comics out there, y'all need to get with us. You know what I mean? We don't got no hate over here on our platform. This is a platform. And we out there looking, showcase the best comics, the dopest comics. Bring 5 minutes. Bring 5 minutes of your set, and let's get busy, yo. We put y'all in front of the people, and we make it happen, yo. We record you. We put you out there, and we also market and promote you after the show. So even for you yourself, if you don't market and promote yourself, we still market and promote you anyway. So I Got 5 on It. Y'all know what to do. Follow me on all social media platforms, and y'all could get to it, y'all. This is what we do. You know what I mean? I Got 5 on It is a really dope platform, and I just wish that all of y'all, you know what I mean? All of y'all that's out there that love comedy, just check us out. Check our clips and links on our YouTube channel, or just follow us on Facebook, y'all. Facebook, link with us on Facebook. We'll get right to it, y'all. All right. Without further ado, I want to bring my guest on. You know what I'm saying? My crew, my team, man. We get busy out here in these streets, y'all. So you know who I got in the building. Country T in the building. What up, T?
Hey, what is up? Happy 2023. Oh my goodness.
All right, it's been a year, yo. We gonna chop it up.
Woof.
Word, word. And then I got my man 50 grand in the building. Yo, Big P, yo, what's good, yo? Oh, you done changed locations. You all right? What up, Big P?
You still there?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm good, man. Let me get you right. You know, I gotta put the backlights on, man. I'm in my studio, my car studio, mobile studio right here.
Yeah. So just to let y'all know, I mean, in real time, man, Big P, he on location right now. It's a blackout in his city, well, in his area right now that's going on out in Durham, and he's out. And you know, it's crazy because it was an accident that actually caused it. So we want to send prayers and blessings to the people that was involved and even causing this situation to happen, because it wasn't just like it wasn't a tragedy that caused this to happen. So, you know, salute to those people, salute to their family or whatever. And,
exactly.
Word, man. Sorry to hear everything that's going on. But Big P, he didn't want to disappoint y'all, and he jumped on anyway. So y'all know how that go. That's dedication, man. That's how my team.
It's dedication, you know what I'm saying? That's how we do it.
Word. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all tonight, man. I done got a little bougie tonight. Normally I got my other drink over there. You know what I'm saying? I normally do, you know, some type of cognac with that apple cider. But now I'm on some red tonight, yo. I'm grown tonight, man.
Okay. I see you,
I
bro.
got the pinky, yo. I just need the ring on. See, I got the pinky.
You got the pinky on and everything, bro. You
gotta know how to drink it, yo. But listen, tonight wine that I'm drinking is from a company called Sweet Bella, yo. And yo, let me tell y'all something. The name of this joint is a sweet red wine, and it got chocolate and strawberry in this joint. This joint banging, yo.
Is it local?
This joint banging. Now, I don't think it's local. You know what I mean? But
all right, next time take the sticker off the bottom of your glass.
No. I want to. I know. I was thinking about that as I'm looking, and we black. You know what I'm saying?
But you try to be
black.
bougie. Okay,
And I'm gonna do it while. And look, I'm doing it while I'm on camera too, so you know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I
got
just
this stick on the bottom.
What you see is what you get.
You know what I'm saying? That's some joints.
I'm ghetto for real, man.
That's some joints that be on sale at Roses. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't even go to Roses. I think this one came from Dollar Tree. You know, Dollar Tree got some fly shit in there. If you know what
Dollar Tree got champagne glasses, bro.
$1.25.
Yeah.
Yeah, they done went up 25
Oh yeah, they done went up. They done went up with it.
Yeah.
But that quarter hit different.
Look at that, boy. Let's see that light right there, boy. That's a studio light right there, boy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Light the block.
Yeah.
You can light the block, yo.
Yeah.
You know it's serious when they rub their hands together.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
He ready now. Ready.
You know.
All right, so look, y'all know what we doing. Today's topic, y'all, we wanted to wrap up 2022. You know what I mean? Our own little personal wrap up. I got a few topics that I want to throw out there. Some questions I want to throw to y'all, and then we just gonna run through it, man. And then if y'all got something y'all want to, throw in there, we could do, because a lot took place in 2022, y'all. I mean, for people personally, and then just overall as a community. You know what I mean? We dealt with a lot of tragedy has happened. A lot of exchange of wealth has happened too during 2022. And it's a lot of people who not paying attention to the signs of how that's going into 2024. 2023. And it's just been a lot. So look, the first thing I want to throw out there, right, that happened in 2022. There was a big topic that was going all over the web, and they were asking, and I'm gonna ask y'all: is OnlyFans considered prostitution? In your opinion, either one of y'all can jump in.
Yeah. Go ahead, T.
Okay, so I say
T got she got OnlyFans, so this will be good. Go ahead, Country T. Go ahead.
I only show my feet. I only show my feet. Yeah. I only show my feet.
It's called Country T for a fee.
Let's go.
Anyway, so okay, so at my son, when OnlyFans hit the scene, right? So we don't share a bank account, but he has his bank account under mine. So of course I go through his charges, and because he has a expense report and everything. So I'm going through and I see OnlyFans. So I'm about to flip. You know what I'm saying? Because but I'm just saying, all this free pornography, you know what I'm saying? And you finna pay for this, like that's what's really.
What?
But
wait,
like,
hold on. You can't just.
Hey, I'm all about a discount.
Hold on.
I'm all about a discount. Okay?
Hold on. You wasn't about to be mad that he was watching porn. You about to be mad.
Yeah.
Right.
Like what?
For sure.
Like, where they do that at? Like,
hey, yo, I can dig it. I can dig
it. Right. So, but no, and I'm like, what's going on? So he showed me what it was, and he follows like the gamers, the gamer guys.
Right.
And they show you how to, I guess, like cheat codes or how to, beat the games and stuff like that. Right. So, I mean, I guess that's what it's like mainly attracted to, is the like you said, like the prostitution part or whatever. But
you saying it's extra? You saying that you feel like there was more uses for OnlyFans than just what the topic was for 2022? Because the main topic of 2022 was mainly about, there was an artist that broke who took their marketing campaign on OnlyFans, and she only sold her stuff over there, and she made a lot of money independently, but it wasn't anything to do with sex. It had everything to do with her brand, but she made a
Right.
name for herself in the streets, right? But for the majority of people who use OnlyFans, they were using it as a means of, from coming out of the pandemic. It just continued, right?
Right,
So
right,
that's why
right.
I'm asking y'all, like, in your opinion, like from that. So, Big
All right,
E, what you think,
so let
yo?
me jump in. Right. So I believe, okay, if video chatting and all that stuff, when back in the day, phone sex and all that kind of stuff, people been virtually getting off for years, right? So
Mhm.
if none of that is considered prostitution, how in the world can somebody on a video that you subscribe to be prostitution? We know what prostitution is. This is when all these gray areas start trying to collide, right? They trying to
Right.
they trying to put stuff in it. No, it's OnlyFans. It's OnlyFans. It's a subscription. It's just like when you had them little titty bars and strip clubs and stuff, where you remember you put the quarter in and the
Yeah,
little
yeah,
thing
and the little shade
and the
come up.
old schools and the motherfuckers just dancing, right? With for a quarter, yo. So I
Right.
mean, these women making 30 grand a month, let them live, leave them alone. If you don't want to subscribe, I've never subscribed, by the
Don't
way, but
subscribe.
if you don't, because I agree with Country T, there's too much free porn. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not gonna pay for it.
To
You know
be
what I'm
paying
saying?
for it. So
Right.
that brings me back to the next question, because I agree with both of y'all. I think that first of all, I think if you're gonna do something, if that's your choice of how you feel like you want to make your money or whatever, at least it's safe. Now,
Right.
it's
I
only safe
mean,
to a certain degree because there's some really good computer hackers who can find your IP, pull up to where you
Mhm.
are, and all that other shit. So you got to be careful. And then some people be going to Airbnbs doing this stuff, and the people who
Mhm.
run the Airbnbs be having cameras everywhere too. So
Mhm.
right, right.
it's like you got to be extra careful. But I guess that's the safest when you think about it, right? You know what I mean? But like
Exactly.
both of y'all said,
Exactly.
yo, it's a subscription base. So if you want to pay to see somebody feet or whatever else they doing, then
Hmm.
Exactly. That's on
that's on
you.
you. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Right.
You do
That's
what you
just
do.
like internet dating, right? So we can consider that like internet dating.
Right.
Um, you know, you got you got the different apps, but then you got the subscription. And you got the free part, and then you
Right.
got the subscription.
Right.
So if you really looking for somebody or you really trying to take it seriously or whatever, then you'll subscribe. If not, you won't. But
Hmm.
to your point, and to you and Big P point, my grandma always say the difference between a hookup and a hoe is a fee.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
So
pretty much. Pretty much.
That's a
And so,
fact.
and
You know?
nowadays, I mean, I would classify, some of the intentional gold digging as more closer to prostitution. Like when people older men, or they, what I'm saying, they do it like
mm,
some of that game is prostitution. It's just like
no,
the
that's
tricks that they
definitely
turn in the street, right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
yeah.
so,
Yep.
because what do, right? You start, because and I learned this from Pimps Up, Hoes Down. Shout out to HBO. You know what I'm saying? But cause they was
HBO after
hey,
dark, yo.
but hey,
HBO
look,
after
HBO,
dark.
HBO was your education back in the day. You
It
know what I'm
sure
saying?
Yeah,
It
was.
yeah,
was your
yeah. It
Yeah,
was.
education. We
it
had no
was.
idea who knew about Bishop Don Magic Wand. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the
And
green,
besides
with
from
the
being
cup.
with rappers, yeah, that's all we saw. We was like, yo, he was on there giving the game up. Like,
Giving
yo,
the
that's what
game
they're
up.
doing.
Right.
Yo,
But the point is that ever since that, you start off at $20, you end up at 150. That's the same game these OnlyFans people play. They get you in there for free, and then 15 minutes in, you want more, and then you got to pay $49.90. I mean, I know the business model, right? And so
right.
I always look on the business side of it, and
Right.
that's, again, yeah. So
So we going all right. So this helps segue to this next joint. So y'all know, so we lost Kevin Samuel
Mm.
in 2022.
yeah,
All right. So what sparked the comment or sparked a lot of the conversation about whether OnlyFans was prostitution or not was based on an opinion that he gives about women who are on OnlyFans, whether it's considered
Okay.
prostitution or not. Right.
okay,
What he was saying was, and there's a bunch of clips out there people could go look and find or whatever, was that, when you put yourself out there in a space where people view you a certain way, it devalues you
It
in the
does.
place, and especially in the sense of you saying that you deserve a certain type of guy at this
Oh
particular
yeah.
stage.
And
And that's another
I
thing I
yeah.
wanted to say too when it comes to him. Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all jump in, but look,
My bad.
when he was talking to women and women were upset, I never understood why it was all women, because he was only speaking to specific types of women who said they supposed to get specific types of guys. He wasn't talking about just everyday women besides the ones that felt like they supposed to have a certain type of guy. But it also sparked this conversation about OnlyFans, and if OnlyFans was considered prostitution, or how negative effects the OnlyFans have on a female. So
But
what you
yeah,
gonna say, T?
it affects. I mean, it all depends on your content. Period. Like, don't get me wrong. I love me some Kevin Samuels, but with certain things, of course, not just with him, but just with anybody, I eat the meat and I spit out the bones.
Mhm.
So it's a thing of, it's not about what that man feels, right? He might love her or whatever, but it's about what his homeboys say. It's about what his mama say. It's about what his family say, his cousins,
Right,
everybody, people at work. Can I take her to work with? You know what I'm saying? Can I take her to a work event, or can I take her to a networking event without somebody, maybe noticing her or subscribing to her? Like, that's
exactly.
very possible. And you
Mhm.
could run into somebody, that's doing whatever they're doing.
And they
You know
might
what I
know
mean?
her.
So
Yeah,
yeah. Or, and because of course everybody, you always play in your own backyard more times than not, right?
yeah,
So, we'll run into each other at some point. Like, how many people that you've seen that's on your Facebook friend that you run into in real life?
right. All it takes is an all black or all white
Mhm.
party somewhere,
Yeah,
and
you know what
bam,
I'm
there
saying?
you
And then
go.
you
There it
did.
is.
And so,
All
Right.
day.
yeah, and maybe she shouldn't be devalued, but she will be. No matter what, she will be.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and that goes with, like we said, it's based on choices. Like if you and guys, this is how we are. Like I think a lot of women, they don't understand. They think we love emotionally like they do, but we love up here. So it's
Hmm.
more so about the logic. It's trying to get past the thought of,
Hmm.
yo, we understand that you have people from your past. So yeah, of course, they've seen you in certain capacities. We get that. They've seen you naked,
Hmm.
they've seen all these other things. We get that. But for a person to just walk like you are a person that you're with and people just know, it's just like strippers. Like it's the same thing to me. It's the same connotation. Like I don't believe all strippers are whores, or you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I
Yep.
don't. I don't
Mhm.
believe
Yep.
that. I don't believe that all strippers sleep with the
Exactly.
clients. I just don't
Nope.
believe that, because that would bring their value down. That would make them less,
Hmm.
appealing. These guys want the
Yeah.
fantasy of them, not the. And if you
Right. Not
giving
the
it to
action.
them, then it's like, you know what I mean. There's no fantasy no more. So,
Right.
but we know there's a huge majority of them that do, but the ones that don't get the same bad rap. But as
Mhm.
you going, it's the same thing. Like I hear a lot of women at a stripper say, "Yo, I don't do it where I live at. I go out of town."
Yeah. I
Yeah, a
Right,
mean,
lot of them do.
yeah.
A
right.
lot of them
But
Yeah.
do.
but the dudes that they all competing for the same guys, right?
Yeah. So
Those
they all
those
go to
dudes
the
be out
same
of town.
places.
The
Hmm.
dudes be sick, like you're not getting away. Like I don't care. You could be from North Carolina and be in Atlanta. You're not getting away. You could be in
Please
South
let the CI
Carolina. You're
let the
not getting away.
CIAA
Listen,
CIAA come to
CIAA, there
town.
you go.
You know.
Right.
Right.
You know
You
what
know good and well you're not gonna be at no. If you can make that money with all these people in town, there's
I mean?
no way you're gonna
Exactly.
be in a
There's no
party.
way.
You're gonna be at
Exactly.
Onyx or one of them other spots in
Exactly.
Charlotte trying to
Hmm.
get it. And guess what? Your little homeboy from over here in Creedmoor that
Hmm.
know you, he out there.
Creedmoor.
Yeah, he in there. You know what I'm saying? He in
Yeah.
there
Right.
Oh
looking
yeah.
at you like, oh,
Right.
that's
Exactly.
up. You know
What?
what I
That's
mean?
all. Oh
Right.
my gosh! And it's always going,
Boom.
but it's like it would be cool if people would just recognize you or know you and just kind of like fall back. But you got those who will, what I'm saying, play their
Clout
hand. You know what I'm
chasing.
saying? They'll
Yep.
try. They'll try you. you know, and be with your man, or you know, she'll be with her man, she'll be with whomever she's with or whatever, and it's gonna be somebody like, hey, ain't you Black Onyx 23? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
right.
Right,
I mean,
all
you know what
day.
I'm saying? Right? You know what I'm saying? So now he gotta save face.
And that's what make it
Mhm.
that's what make it the worst part, because now his pride is being attacked,
Exactly.
right?
Because it's like there's no intimacy there.
Uh-huh.
It's being
Men want
shared with other
a
people.
right,
Yeah,
right. So even though, like you said, they're exes and you know people who she been with before, but it's a different it's different because like I'm sharing your intimate moments, my intimate detail. There's nothing I don't get of you by myself.
right. Because it's already out there for everybody else.
Right.
So
And
that
and what I do get is bonnets or you know slippers. You know what I'm
right,
saying? You
right,
know what I
right,
mean?
right. Yeah. Well, I don't know, but that leads me to the next thing, because y'all know the Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion thing took up all
Mm,
2022.
mm, mm.
Yeah, it
But
did.
one of the worst things about it, Paul, I'm gonna get you to weigh in on this one, man. One of the worst things about it that was really coming up was her boyfriend that she has now had to really listen to testimony about her sexual past, which
Wow.
really made it very uncomfortable for him. Like, and a lot of people, like what I saw from a lot of the feminists, they were saying like, oh, he should not be bothered by that. Women empowerment, women do what they want with their bodies, boom, boom, boom. He's a man, he probably been with a lot, they not taking into consideration that, you know, even if a man is that way, he's not exploiting, like he's not putting it out there. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? For you to be like have an opinion about it. Like you may see him and you may not. You may see him with a woman. You don't know what he's doing with that woman. You may think you can
Right.
assume whatever, but it's not being put out there. But for him, Megan's boyfriend, he got to listen to her because she went on a lot of platforms saying that she didn't sleep with these people,
Mhm,
Right.
and then
mhm.
had to get under oath and then turn around and say she did. So lying to him, lying to the public,
Right.
then he had to hear the truth out of, based on
Out of
force. So
right. Out of
yeah,
somebody else's
man.
mouth.
So
So
what do you think? What do you think about that, Paul?
here's the long and short of some of this, right? When you dealing with men, right, with sexual, when you become good at something, I'm gonna venture to say 99.98% of men are gonna do the same categories of things with every woman they with, especially if they successful at it. So if you
Mhm.
Okay.
if you going down on them, you know you good at it, every woman you like, you know what I'm saying? Now it might not be the one nighters, but every woman that you got feelings for, that you gonna do the same thing with them. But with women, you don't always know that a woman is doing the same thing with you that she did with XYZ and that. And so the
Right.
problem
Mhm.
is when you sitting there and you listening to what's going on like that, the
Eh,
first thing that mess with you is, did she do that to me? You know what I'm saying? Like, did she? Oh, wow, she did that with him. Did she do? Wait a minute.
Mm.
She didn't do that to my
Yeah.
toes.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? She
It's
didn't.
different.
She,
It hit
it's
different when
right.
you
It
hear
hit
it.
different when you
It's
hear it from
different.
other people. You got to hear it from somebody else,
Ooh, he's
and
so
Right.
serious.
because
I'm sorry. He was so
right.
serious.
But no, but no. I'm just saying, like, because the thing about it is, like, you might not think about it unless it come up. And it
Mhm.
for him,
True.
he might not have ever thought about that. They sex
Until it
life
came
may
up.
be great. He may love everything she do for him, and she may love everything he do for her. But now to sit there and hear something out loud that you did with another man, and you start calculating, you like you're like, wait a minute, did
They got to me.
right, right.
Well, when
You-
you dating somebody who's if you dating Meg Thee Stallion or someone in that caliber, you're gonna have to deal with a lot of things. Hold on, y'all.
true. That's
You
true.
know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
You
it,
gotta
it come with it.
you gotta deal with you know what I'm saying, things that you're uncomfortable with. But I say also this because two things about that situation with that Meg Thee Stallion. First of all, I don't know if he did or he didn't. He was convicted, but I don't think he was guilty. I think he was only convicted because it was a lot of bitter women on that jury. But I digress about that. Two, and the reason why I think is because it was too many lies, too many loopholes. It was just too much. Like, if he did do it, I side-eyed because even the doctor said it was like broken glass. So like I said, it's too many conflicting stories, too many.
Right. Yeah. Was it an actual bullet? Because not only like 2 weeks later, she was at the award show twerking.
Right, and that's what I said. And then the doctor, he had said he treated her for a glass, for like her in the glass when they had got pulled over, and she had like maybe stepped in some glass or something. And this was a doctor report. So like I said, it's too many conflicting stories. I don't see why the lawyer couldn't have won that. The attorney could have had that thrown all that out of court because the witnesses were lying, they were recanting, and it was just too much going on. So I don't even know how he went on trial for that. But
yeah,
maybe he had him a court-appointed lawyer or something. I don't know.
That's so funny. I don't know. Yeah. Well, either way it go, we know that at the end of the day, that whole year was taken up with this on and off BuzzFeed of information surrounding this trial, yo. You know what I mean?
Right.
But the one thing about it that, like I said, that hit home for me in 2022 when it came to it was that particular portion. Like, damn, yo, like he got to really sit here and listen to this shit, yo. And it's one thing to know or to assume, your girl been with other people. I bet she been with other people. You know what I mean?
Right.
Whatever. You been with other people.
So what she did,
but to just hear it, you know what I mean? And then she took the stand, so she would have to say things that came out of her mouth too. So that would be a lot.
She lied to him. I think probably with him, it would have probably been cool. Not cool, but it would have been more understandable.
If he would have.
You know what I mean? Like, he already knew this information. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, don't bring me all the way out here and don't tell me, like, hey, baby, I don't have no money, you know what I'm saying, for this dinner. So, you know what I'm saying, slide me your card.
He should have,
you know what I'm saying? Don't let the bill come, you know what I'm saying, and we whispering.
Right.
Right. Right. Like you said, that comes with communication, right? That comes with people being forthcoming or people having that type of relationship that they could say that up front. But, for a man, you can't be consistent that way. You know what I mean? Like, you can't consistently show up and not contribute to the cause of whatever you're doing, especially when it comes for women, because you already know men are not unconditionally loved. They only love based on if they provide a value. They got to provide.
Exactly.
They're not just like they may be unconditionally loved by their mothers. Well, that just depends. You know what I'm saying? On a relationship that most have.
I don't love my husband unconditionally. No, I don't. Of course, I love my son unconditionally because he's my seed. But I hope
when he grows to be a man, when he's a man already, but when he grows, when he goes through the motions of being selected by a woman, that is going to be based on what he provides, not based on the fact that she just loves him because he's this great guy. Because most women pass over great guys. That's why they all having babies by the same dude.
Yeah, you gotta be a jerk. You gotta have a little jerk in you. That's a rule.
But that's part of what we had to face when it came, like we said, in 2022.
Nice guys finish last.
And now
that is true. That's true.
Now that the nice guys are being passed over for the feminine guys, now the women are actually in relationships with guys that are more feminine or considered to be bisexual or gay straight up. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of that. It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, it's been coming up a lot. Like people been talking about that heavy in 2022, how they've been seeing that, women are being proud they skip past a guy that would have a job that might be making somewhere like 45,000 a year. They're past him, depending on how tall he is, whatever. All these other factors that come into play for the guy that's either most exciting or the guy that got the money, or for they skipping that whole guy and going to the guy that's gay. You know what I mean? Or bisexual.
I think it's more because he's the best of both worlds.
Well, then that might as well be polygamy.
I'm not saying for me.
No, I'm talking about if that would be considered the best of both worlds, then why not do polygamy? Because it'll be 3 heads is better than 2.
But polygamy is messy. I know polygamy is messy.
It's only messy if the people messy. It's messy if the people messy.
Do it properly. You're not in it for the right reason.
Right.
You know what I'm
But
saying? Because
but
we
domestic violence has gone up 40% in 2022.
that's
But
because people are forced to live with each other.
not only that, but guess where it's been the highest at? It's been the
Who are
highest
these
in
girls?
lesbian couples. Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree with. I've always
Mhm.
said that. I have a
So
friend who came out and you know what I'm saying is lesbian, and all the relationships that she's been in have been very volatile with women. But when she was dating men, she never dealt with that. She was always the aggressor. It's funny that you know that now if the tables have turned. I'm like, you think girls hit you, girl? We
I
used to
mean,
like we used to fight, you know what I mean? And now you letting girls hit you, girl? You crazy.
it's a life
I'm not jumping in that.
it's a lifestyle, man. You know, it's
Mhm.
a lifestyle, yo. All right, so it's been a lot of in 2022, y'all. It's been a lot of rappers die.
Mm,
A
that
lot of
fentanyl,
rappers.
Yeah.
that
What
fentanyl, and that insurance.
is that? What it is? You feel like the labels are responsible for a lot of the things that's going on with these rappers out here?
Mm, it's no coincidence. It's no coincidence. I mean, okay, let's back up a little bit, right? Uh-oh. We want no don't let your car die. Don't let your battery die. Um,
We
so
good.
it's
We
no
good.
coincidence. Like our generation started the gangster rap, right? So
Mhm.
we had true gangsters rapping about their lives. You
Right.
know, guys who were, you know, who had bodies or who really was about that gang life, and they glorified it, right? And like these kids, hey, boy, you got braces, you got glasses, somebody care about you, somebody got insurance, and you out here, what? You know, you just want to be mad about something. You want street cred. Like, look, what's the little boy name? The Big Meat son had have all this stuff at his feet and just got caught with a gun at the airport. For what?
Yeah, that's that. But like we said, it come with that lifestyle. It come with the fact of, you know, some people I guess they feel too prideful to have security, or they want people to feel like, you know what I'm saying, you know, but they want to protect themselves at the same time. It's a mentality. Like we
Yeah,
got to
because
realize just because you
but
make
I
money
know we
doesn't
paid,
mean.
yeah, I know, but we paved the way for it. And don't get me wrong, you know, we've all, you know, had our hand in it, of course, right? But it's a situation of, oh my God, like everybody wants street cred, like, you
But you
know,
know, I
about
don't
that
even
life.
I don't even agree with the gangster rap thing because I think, you know, morally people know what's right or wrong. I can say that people use that stuff as an excuse as why they do it. Anything if they inherit an energy that they know is, you know, really not theirs, it's because they heard somebody else do it who's fabricating. Because the one thing about a lot of the rappers from back in the day that started doing gangster rap, they was rapping about people around their way. That's why gangster rap really has always been the most incriminating portion of music in
Right.
life.
It's to
Because
all your
back in
business.
the
Like,
day in the 90s,
look at Young
we
Thug
knew
and what's the
the
name?
rappers.
Gunna.
Yeah, but we knew the rappers in the 90s. We knew that okay, they had a little, I mean, they made a hustle, you know, sold a little drugs to get in their studio and stuff like that. We get that. But what they
Mhm.
did do was always call out their hood, they block, they building,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm.
they getting locked up left and right back around the way while these guys on tour.
Right.
These
Right.
guys in Indiana, you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
back around the way, they hot. The block is hot as shit. It's
Exactly.
always been that way. That's why
Yeah.
Yo.
I never
Yeah.
understood, yo. Like the companies that are responsible for bringing it to the forefront, because I don't care who you are, you could be the dopest rapper in the world. If people don't actually push play on your joint, that whole playlist and all this other shit, it's gonna be tough for you to cut through. So they're pushing this bullshit through. We can't even really blame the rappers. We got to blame the people who's actually pushing it through. Because these cats trying to get a check.
Yeah, but we desensitized to all this at this point. Like social media has made us desensitized to a lot of things. I'm not just saying like strictly social media, but it's like you know, people get shot every day, B, but we see it
Right.
all the
And now we
time now.
seeing it
You know what
now.
I'm
You know
saying?
what
Now
I'm
we
saying?
see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We see the racism, we see the shootings, we see, you know what I'm saying? We see the the crime ridden neighborhoods. We see all that now.
Right.
And
You think
we used to be ignorant to a lot of stuff.
you think rappers are endangered species?
I think real rappers are. You know what I'm saying? I think people going buy this mumble rap till the wheels fall off. Like they, I
That's
mean,
here to say. Yeah.
cause it's the same. Listen, and it's the same 808 loops. I mean, like
Not
when you
808
listen to the
Loops.
beat, when you listen to the beats, yo, like some of these songs that jump, they got the same undertone, the same undercurrent is in the song, and then they add a few bells and whistles to it, and add a chick singing in the background and think they got a new track. But if you play, like I DJ, so I run a lot of this stuff back to back, and you can even hear it. Like sometimes I do it on purpose so people can hear how similar this crap sound.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like rave, like that music that they play at raves. But to me,
sound alike.
it all
right,
sounds
all
like
same little right,
like the
same little
techno and all that. Yeah,
same
so
techno.
I think it's just like we're adopting, like you said, rap is adopting that rock and roll thing. You know what I mean? Like not even rock and roll, but because they're painting their fingernails and they're wearing the chain belts and it's kind of like that's where they're going to kind of thing.
Going into a more of a feminine space for men, well, at least the ones that they're trying to show, because they're, it's a war against masculinity. You know what I mean? Like people keep throwing out these words like toxic because you have a stand. Because you make a stand and you believe in something, people call you toxic masculine, and because you have standards and you have choices. They don't expect you as a man to have nothing. They want you as a man to continue to just take whatever somebody give you, because they feel like in this world, and this is a lot of things that go on in our community too, and I think women across the board, they always say the same thing, like it's a man's world, it's a man's world. But they got to understand, like all men ain't equal. It ain't a man's world, it's a white man's world. And until people understand the difference between what world and who's running the spot versus those who are dealing with everything in between, just like a sandwich. The bread is the white bread, right? We already know that. But everything in between is how you deal with the sandwich. That's what we're talking about. It's a lot of things that go on. And then, yeah, we have our ups and downs. And, black men, a majority throughout 2022, been getting drugged through the mud.
Yeah.
And it ain't like we ain't, it ain't been a different space, but it's just been a lot of dragging with no fight. They've been going at people who have an opinion about women, like Kevin Samuels, like the guy Kevin James, and then Pearly and all these other people that are out here. Andrew Tate, the podcast that be out here. I forgot their name right now, but those guys that's out here actually speaking from that standpoint. They've been getting drugged through the mud based on them speaking from a standpoint of how men are or what men are looking for, because they feel like women feel like that's toxic. Men shouldn't have a standard or a choice, because what you do, it only involves sex, and women still think that men fall in love off of sex, and I don't get that.
Right.
But I understand what sells. It just all right. So it brings me to this point. Y'all weigh in on this point right here. Where I tell people, is there a difference, right? So look, I tell women all the time, it's a difference when you saying that a lot of people want you versus a lot of people you saying gonna love you. Now you'll find a whole bunch of men to pump you all day long. I get you.
There's no shortage of that. Right.
They know, yeah.
But I promise, and this is not me trying to be like, I'm not dictating nobody's future. I'm telling you,
of course,
you are not going to find many men to love you, period. You'll be continuously sharing your spirit with a person who can care less about who you are as a person.
Exactly.
They just get what they could get from you. And women, they categorize that differently. They really make that as them having option.
Right. So, and I'm jumping in right there. And some women think that it's a form of control. Like they are in control because they're able to do that with multiple men and not expect something. But it's almost like this is all I want from you anyway, right? But at the end of the day, they know they need more than that. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't see. You might be saying that to the public, but behind closed doors, you know what I'm saying? Like it's something going on.
Taking
You
out the
know
trash.
what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying?
You
So
think every time you hear a noise or something at the door, you getting up trying to figure out how you gonna
And
protect
so,
what's going on.
and that's
right.
just so a man's job, and I'm a woman, so I'm not telling you what I think, but this is what the Bible says, right? A man's job is to profess his love, protect, provide, and pray. Right?
Right.
That's what a man is supposed
All
to do.
P's.
Right, all P's. Big P. But all P's. So
I know some other
and
P's that go in there too. You know what
don't
I'm
do
saying?
it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't
Yeah,
do it.
it's
But
and
more P.
so I say this. I hate you. I hate you. I hate him.
I'm
I
gonna
hate
do
him.
my P when it's my turn. I'm gonna do my
You let
P.
you let me.
Yeah, do your P's,
But
P.
no, like you were saying, Rod, like a lot of people would consider my husband a toxic male, right?
How so?
Because just because he's old school. His parents have been married 51 years. So
Right.
his dad went to work. His mom, she was a substitute teacher. His dad worked 2 jobs, took care of the family. He didn't go to he didn't go to all of the banquets and stuff like that. But he paid
Date
the bills.
nights. Date
You know,
nights.
right, he paid the
Right.
bills. He kept the lights on,
Right.
He
and
ain't
things
trying to get in
like that.
touch with your feelings. He ain't trying to get in touch with your
Right,
feelings.
yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying? Is the bills
that's
paid?
cool
Is
with
the
me.
bill?
Right. And that's the thing. It was like I never like submission. I always mistook that word for control. Right. So I
Right.
actually had a man that I could submit to. So
Mm.
you can't submit to everybody. You just can't. And until you find one that you can submit to, so sometimes like you get sick of arguing, you get sick of disagreeing. If you ain't going, if everything is a battle, everything is a fight, if everything is a war, if everything is you got to be right about it. Sometimes, honey, you do got to submit. Sometimes you got to be like, look, this ain't in my hands. It's out of my hands.
I mean,
I'm
but
not going
that's
to do it.
what you hit the nail on the head. It's a lot of situations where people feel like they always got to be right, and sometimes even when you're right, it's taking the road to be like, you know what,
All right.
you're right.
You right. You
You
right.
know
You
what I
right.
mean?
You right.
It's also a means of saying to yourself, like, let me protect my peace in this moment. Like, all right, so even though I feel like I'm right, I don't have to necessarily be right now. I can know how I feel, stand on that, and then move forward versus trying to argue a point with a person that's just not getting it. And
Right.
Right.
And we just might not ever agree on it. Whatever
but
the topic.
unfortunately, that's what we deal with now. And society has raised a bunch of people to feel like arguing is communication, or feeling like being contrary all the time is a way of you being independent. Because some women feel like if they can't be contrary to what you're saying, then that takes away from their independence. Like the hardest part about submission for a lot of women is understanding that if a person has a different experience than you and they're trying to explain the experience to you, it doesn't mean that it may happen to you, but it's an experience that happened. It's not for you to try to say, well, nah, because for me, it's always
Right.
a battle and a lot of communication when it comes to
That
people.
is exhausting. That
Yeah,
is
Yeah.
exhausting.
it gets old and it gets tired, and then
But
people
yeah, it's
be
like that's
wondering why
exhausting.
the relationship goes a certain way, because people think that relationships end over like infidelity and money. Those are the biggest reasons people feel like relationships end, but they're not.
Sometimes God just be pulling us away and we just be trying to keep it together.
Exactly.
Like keep it together.
Yeah.
And
And
he
we
done burnt
listen
the
to
house
God.
down.
We only listen to God when we need like when the oil light come on in the car.
Lord, please let me
You know what I'm
call
saying? Lord, please let me get it.
Yo, like,
Jesus take the wheel.
how
Jesus
many
take the
how many
wheel.
how many more miles I got really before I gotta pay?
You know what I'm saying?
We wait until it's what I mean. It's time to get out of something. Then we go to God. Then we want to listen to God
And
when
I
it's time
tell
to get out.
and let me tell you one thing, man. And I'm telling you, I've become more communicative, in my older age, and it's actually helping even in relationship I'm in now. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we're upfront, you know what I'm saying, open about a lot of stuff, we put a lot of stuff on the table and we can deal with it and squash it. That way we know what the root cause of it is before it becomes this big thing and we talking about, oh, we growing apart. You know, it's something that started to growing apart. You know what I'm saying? Every plant started from a seed. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The seed and soil and fertilizer and water. So them ingredients is in there somewhere. And if you don't look at them ingredients ahead of time and start talking about this stuff, this stuff will become big. It'll be too big for either one of you to handle. And then that's when people give up. That's when people be like, all right, well, you know, this is out of my hands now. You know, this is,
But,
you
you know, it gets to a point. That's a lot of things, like you just said. You know, everything starts from a seed to grow, right? And that's a lot of times that's what happens in personality clashes. You know, a lot of people get together with people that they didn't establish communication with in the beginning. You know, most people move off of attraction. You know, like whenever they meet a person, you know, they move off of attraction, and then they take basic scenarios to figure out if a person is they should be with them or not. Like, again, the alcohol, like we understand that the one thing that took place with the Tory Lanez thing was that alcohol was involved, heavy alcohol, drugs, whatever. But everybody kept talking about alcohol. They was drunk. Everybody was drunk. I feel like even with certain inhibitors like alcohol or gambling, whatever a person is really into, until you actually see that person in that space, you don't know who you got, yo. I promise
They
you.
say you should be with somebody for at least what is it? It's like
at least a year or so before you
no,
get into a
it's like but it's like 4 seasons, right? Or
4 seasons.
it's
It's a year.
something. Yeah, I know, but I'm saying it's something else. So it was something else, but it was like you got to see them in, like if they lose somebody, you know, or if something
Oh, you mean
wonderful
like
happens.
4 different seasons of their life? Like,
Right? Yeah.
4
right?
seasons, yeah.
Okay.
Because that takes place in life. Like you think about all the things that happen in a year. You know what I mean?
Oh
Everybody got a birthday.
Everybody.
Right. Watch how they get drunk on their birthday. See if there's a
Yeah.
person you want to, you know what I'm saying, be around for the
Yeah.
rest of their birthdays. It might not be. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or like
Yeah,
it's
that's
things
true.
that's
Yeah,
gonna
you're
come
right.
up. It's just that people be, because it's a physical thing. I think people use sex as a means of attachment, and that's not it. Like it'll never be the reason that keep anybody together. Now it could be a reason to tear people apart, but it's not a thing that's going to keep people together. I know it sounds weird, but it's the truth. It's like sex is a thing and it's an act, and of course it's emotional. It's a whole lot of things that take place with it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, if you arguing with a person all the time, or if things is always negative, if a person is always anything that's inhibiting your, the rest of your emotions, man, the sex part ain't gonna matter.
Right. You're right about that. I mean,
That's gonna fade unless you start, jumping off of, the couch or stuff. How many other ways can you do it? But I mean,
right. Yeah, because they say them crazy joints got the best. You know what I'm saying? But if you ain't got no peace, bro, you gonna stay in the book. You know what I'm saying? When it's time for a good time,
yeah, you gonna
I know who
to. You gonna sit
right. I know who to call. I know who to text message. But if you ain't got no peace with you, man, and you ain't bringing something extra to the table, some mental stability of some type, you know what I'm saying? Like where people feel, comfortable talking. Like it's a couple different things, Even the guys that's like you say, you got to have a little edge to you, right? You know what I'm saying? Women like that, like a little intrigue, like a little, you don't need to know what I'm doing right now. I'm taking out the garbage. You know what I'm saying? I'll be back in an hour. I'll be back in an hour. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about where I'm going. Don't worry about where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? And she'll be like, ooh. You come actually on the bed, but a ball. You know what I'm saying?
Butt naked, waiting on you to get back.
But you naked.
but like you said, it comes with growth. It comes with maturity, and it also comes with the fact of being teachable. I think the older people get, the more they feel like nobody can tell them nothing.
Ooh,
Oh,
That's one of the
facts.
worst things that we deal with as adults is that once we get to a certain age, we feel like we don't learn no more.
Yep.
And that's never the case, yo. I feel
if you're not
personally-
learning, you dead.
Yeah, man.
That's
'cause
major facts, bro.
every day you should be trying to learn something new, yo. Like from some standpoint, you should be trying to learn something new. And then communicating with people is how you learn new things from people. Not always trying to change their perspective because they got a certain
Right.
point of view. I don't have to
Exactly.
change your opinion. If I don't agree with your opinion, I don't agree with it. But
That's it.
I
That's
don't have
it.
to
Yeah.
change your opinion to mine because I don't agree with it.
I just don't agree with it. But
No, and that's
I
how many
think
people
it's
don't
how
get along.
you disagree, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like you
true,
can
true. That's
disagree.
yeah.
You can disagree, but it's how you disagree.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
true.
it's like, you know, you can be like, man, that's stupid. you
Yeah,
know,
you,
all
yeah,
right.
you
I
know,
mean,
telling
of
somebody how
course,
they feel is stupid. You know what I mean?
right? You know what I mean? Like, oh, you know, sorry you feel that way. You know, it's that's always the delivery, too.
Yeah, it gotta be because look at all the suicides that took place in 2022, yo.
Wow.
But more than the ones that actually did it, it's a higher statistic of attempted suicide.
Mm-hmm.
The people who were unsuccessful but tried it. And a lot of times people were saying, yo, because they had things going on, they ain't had nobody to talk to. Well, I wonder, because when people are vulnerable, people take advantage of that. You know what I mean? When people tell you they
Oh yeah, you
things,
can.
it come up in a conversation later some type of way. Don't let a person
Or
get
we'll
mad at
laugh.
you.
Or
You know what I
we'll
mean?
laugh.
Or if you feel like a
We'll
certain
pick
way
at 'em.
about something, it's like, yo, I don't agree with what you're doing. You know what I mean? But if that's how you feel, then I respect it. It's
But
nothing
it
wrong
makes
with
you
saying that.
uncomfortable, though. But it
Yeah.
makes
Right.
people uncomfortable, and they don't want to tell people that they're uncomfortable with their feelings. You know, like I'm uncomfortable with your feelings. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, if somebody comes and says, you know, Big P, like, hey, me, you know, you know, and I'm like, boy, you alright on that. You know, he won't, you know, confide in me anymore.
No.
Right.
No. We
Right.
won't.
People be guarded. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's okay. So back to even what you're saying. Everybody wants to be happy. Nobody wants to be hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody.
People want to be heard. You know what I'm saying? People want peace. You know, you got all these things you're trying to check off at the end of the day. And the older you get, the less willing you are to compromise with some of that stuff.
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's even men, like I smoke a cigar every now and then. That ain't something I want to compromise. So if I'm with somebody that don't do cigars, we're going to have to come to grips with me once or twice a week, heading over to my little cigar lounge. And that's where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Like, come over, hang out with me, have a drink. You ain't got to smoke. But if that's not your thing, you ain't got to come. And that ain't and I'm not marking lines off for you just or taking points away from you just because you don't come with me. This is something
But
I
they
like
don't
to do.
hold it against you either, though. Don't hold
Yeah,
it
long
against you.
as
what I'm
it's not
saying?
being
Right.
held against you. Yeah,
Right. Like,
long
oh,
as
like,
it's
oh,
not-
you always
you know what I
at the
mean?
cigar lounge.
Right. That
Right.
can't come
Don't
up
use
later
that.
on. Yeah.
Right.
Don't use that. We got to stop weaponizing things against each other. And if I'm
Yeah,
in,
'cause we don't have to spend every waking
right,
moment together, or we don't
yeah,
have to, you know what I mean? So
and
it's not, yeah.
if I can't trust the person in my house, that's who, especially for men. If I can't open up and be, you know what I'm saying, be even as black men, you know, it's hard to be vulnerable because you told from day one, you know, like the only person that unconditionally loves you is your mom, right? So
Right.
think about the paradigm shift we talked about. I hear that until I'm 18. Mama at every football game, she's selling raffle tickets, she doing everything she can just so I can get through, right? And so at 19, when I get to college and I'm dealing with these grown women, I done been unconditionally loved my whole life up until this point. So now I got to deal with somebody that either gonna like me for my looks, my money, or my playing football, or the social status, or whatever the case may be. And I got to come to grips with the fact that that's the only reason they with me. That's
Right,
a
I'm flawed.
That's a total shift.
That's it.
That's a
And
total shift.
I
And a
never
lot of
thought
men,
about that, though.
Not only
I
that,
never
you gotta
thought
keep
about that though.
you gotta
I
keep
never thought
all of
about it
that
that
up.
way.
Yeah, you gotta keep all of that up too. It ain't
You
just
got to
the
keep
fact
all of that up.
that you gotta do all that. If you're playing football, you gotta go to practice, you gotta work out, you gotta,
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's just so many things that come along with it. And even in, like you said, when it comes to social status, you gotta maintain that. It ain't just something that once you get it, now
Right.
everybody got it. Now you gotta learn how to control it,
Mhm.
learn how to
Right.
deal with it. Some people ain't never been popular until they got money. Some people just wasn't cool in school.
It just wasn't. Right. Right.
And then they got money, and then now it just shows you like money only enhances who you are. It doesn't
That's
change
it.
who you are. You know what I'm
Ooh,
saying?
that's
So if
good.
you was corny already, you're gonna be
You
corny
can be
with
corny
money.
You're
with
gonna be
money.
super corny.
You
Right.
get what
Right.
I'm saying? But the women don't get that. They chasing the dollar. Like they looking at the dude with the money and feeling like that's him. But that dude, just because he got money, don't mean nothing. And then it's a lot of broke dudes. That's cool. So
Let me
you
ask
gotta
y'all a
have a
quick
balance.
question.
You know what I'm
As
saying?
like you brought it up kind of raw, and so I'm gonna ask you and P as men, what y'all think about 2022? What y'all think about the new wave of the plastic surgery for women, the BBLs and the Botox and
Right.
the nose
The
jobs
fillers
and
and
the
all that.
fillers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we was gonna talk about that too. That was one of
Oh,
them.
okay.
But no, that's good. I like
Ah.
that. I like that. But for me, I just think that it's hurting women, yo. I don't think I think and I don't mean, I know for some people it's hurting them physically, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But as far as I never understood why everybody want to be the same. Like the
Right.
fact ain't the matter that women are getting BBLs. It's like they going to the same person and they all coming out looking the same. Like like everybody looks the same. Like there's
Right.
nothing from a person that could separate you from the next chick that got a BBL. So now it's like, now what? Like now what, yo?
Right.
Like we don't even
Everybody
care.
was the same.
Dudes don't even care about it. Like, listen, yo, I understand
They
booties.
like a
Dudes like booties. Dudes like titties. Like, I'm not saying that they don't. But I tell you, anybody go to your average church or go to anywhere else and you see the women who got a man, that ain't them. The girls that got the baddest shapes and all that other stuff, they come into the church solo. That's why the preacher keep getting caught up.
Right. Exactly.
He don't want
Y'all
Sister
bugging.
Johnson over there. Sister Johnson over there. Sister Johnson only 35, but he still don't want her. He like,
Right.
man, Sister Johnson shaped like a loaf of bread. He don't
Right.
want her.
I hate you.
But but you know what I'm saying?
A
Shorty
Capri
that came
Sun.
in, yo, Shorty came in with that pencil skirt. Boom, she's single. So I'm just going. For me personally, I just think that women are doing too much. Like you don't have to do all that unless you feel like that's what you want to do. That's your choice. Don't get me wrong. I'm not here trying to tell women what to do. I'm just saying men don't really care about all that. Yeah, they'll look at it. Yeah, they'll hump you for the experience of where you took the fat at and put it. You know what I'm saying? They'll hit it. But what I'm saying is like, yo, like at the end of the day, I mean, it don't really matter, yo. If you corny, again, going back to corny, Mom, you gotta be. But if you still corny, it don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, P?
It's just the way you took that breath. He love it, yo. Look, he like, I love a surgery.
Cause look, it's all that stuff is nice to look at, right? And I personally know at least 2 women that have done, surgeries. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I had one of my homegirls actually had lipo. She didn't need a BBL, if you know what I mean. Right. So she just had, but she lost a lot of weight, and then she took the when it get real kind of loose or whatever. She just had them go. No, she just had them go in and tighten that up, like pull the stomach back, and tighten it up.
Skin tightening.
Like a tummy tuck, the tummy tuck or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I don't have no problem with that because that's still you. even though you going and getting like the little touch up to make it look good in a bathing suit. You know what I'm saying?
See,
My
that's different.
problem was always when it's not you, like the injections,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
implants. You know, when it's
Yeah,
not
that's what I'm
you,
talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we
when
that's
it's
what we talking about. Yeah.
when it's
You
not
talking about?
you,
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah, when it's not you, because she said BBLs. The BBL is still them. It's still like you
Well, yeah,
taking
that's what
you
I didn't mean
taking
that, but like
you taking
injection.
fat cells and all that and putting them in other places to make it more enhanced. So it's still you. It's just not the real you.
I mean, but
Right.
then again, like you said, if they taking out you and putting it in you, I guess
Somewhere else.
yeah, it's still
Like you
you.
said,
But
the tummy tuck is different. You know what I'm
yeah, I
saying?
think tummy tucking and
So,
all that, getting your
like you
skin
said,
tight and all
yeah,
that is
skin
different.
tightening. Yeah,
But
you
but
lose
but
a
like
whole lot of weight.
the BBLs, even if we say that's not a bad thing, if they want to do fat transfers and all that, that's not a bad thing.
Right.
It's just that, well, why you want to look alike though? What I'm saying to you is that
Mm-hmm.
why are y'all competing with the same size ass? Like you can tell them how big you want, or
You tell them how big
how
you
much
want.
fat. Yeah, how much
Them-
fat did you
them-
have?
bro,
Put it back there. Like that's what
them-
I'm thinking. When I see
them
these
no-
girls,
'cause
when they ask me like that, I'm saying like, damn, where they get? Like, was that your stomach?
them the ones that get the most likes, bro.
It
Them
do,
the ones that get the
but
most
people,
likes.
but people liking a stomach in the ass. Like,
But think about it. Okay, think about it
Oh
like
my
this.
goodness. You gonna
Think
make me
about
hurt
it.
myself.
Hold on. Rod, you're a great rapper. You're a great MC. You're a great artist, right?
right.
But just imagine back when you didn't know none of the stuff you know now, right? Like you was just trying to, you was trying to imagine if you could go have surgery and be Biggie. You feel what I'm saying? Or be Jay-Z. Like you could walk in the doctor's office and say, I want to be Nas when I walk out.
But I
You know
want
what I'm
his,
saying?
I want his
Now,
bottom
like,
line.
I get what you're saying. The only thing that would mess me up is if I was going in to say, yo, give me that Nas, and I walk past a dude who just came out getting the Nas. And that's like, so it's almost like, you know what I mean? Like, damn, all right, what up, Nas? What up, Nas? Like, yo, it'll be too many. That's the only thing I'm saying. I'm not saying
true.
that, you know, like, if a woman wants to do that to her body, do what you do, yo. I ain't mad. I mean, you know what I mean? I ain't mad or whatever. I'm just saying, why are y'all competing to look the same? Like, that's
and
what I'm saying.
Well, and compete with the same guy. You know,
and then they get the same dude. They go for the same dude. They got the same body.
What's his name? What's his name? I always forget his name.
Who?
Dude with the teeth. That be on the you mad. The rapper, I can't think of his name.
Oh, what? Why? Oh, why talking about why you mad or something? Or you? Oh, the mad rapper.
No, I
the
can't think of his name. But he was like all these women going to get a surgery. They attracting ugly guys with money because men who are handsome or have money, they are all right with average looking women. Like the women will have enhancements or anything like that.
Right. Most of the
you attracting men who who've had pretty women. You're not attracting men who've had pretty women before. You're attracting men who never had the experience
of being with an attractive woman.
Right. Yep. So
and you getting the guys, they got their money up, they're like, yo, I'm about to pay for this chick everything.
Right.
Because also in 2022, there was a lot of those videos where dudes was picking girls up from the airport and then like 10 minutes later dropping them off.
Fluting them out.
Because he was like, yo, because she was like, yo, I ain't giving you nothing. He like, what? I done flew you out here, boom, boom, boom. You ain't boom, and he taking them back. So that's
you ought to go back.
lot.
So you ought to be taken back. But
you get what I'm saying? Yeah, she knew better.
There's no expectation of sex. Okay. From like if you take me to dinner, there's never no expectation.
Right.
But if you fly me out, the conversation.
You stupid.
You fly me out.
And that kind of changes things a little bit, yeah.
But it should, because if you feel, and I'm just saying, if you feel comfortable enough to get on the airplane
Right.
wherever you are
Right.
and go to where he is and allow him to dictate the money, you know what I'm saying? Like what you have, what you taking with you. Because
Yeah,
most of these
that's
women
true.
don't even have no money. You know what I mean? Like they can't even afford to get back on the airplane. They can't afford the Airbnb they
Right.
they can't afford the hotel that they're going to, you know what I mean? Like you ain't even got, grandma always say, keep a quarter and a 20.
But they got
You know
Yeah,
what I
you got.
mean?
BBLs though, yo. But Shorty got a BBL. She paid for that BBL. She
Right,
got
but
that.
that's
You
what
know
I'm
what I'm
saying.
saying?
But you going, so you, like I said, there's no expect. There should not be, of course, no expectation. But obviously, there was a conversation, and the conversation went to the point of we've been talking long enough. Well, I send you a plane ticket, or I send you money for a plane ticket. You get on that plane, come to where I am. Don't know nobody or have no type of contacts or no information. You shouldn't. You know what I mean? You should have it in your mind, be like, well, come to me if that's the case.
Yeah.
Fly
Right.
to my hometown.
Yeah.
You know,
And be in
and
control of the scenario.
right.
And
You
You know what I'm
stay
saying?
at the Hampton Inn or wherever you gonna stay at. You know what I mean? You stay there or whatever. But you ain't set them out. But what I'm saying is,
No, it's
why
true.
would you get on the airplane and go to where he is and entrust him with you?
Because
If
you
you know
know,
what I mean?
and you know why he flew you out. Like if
Already,
you
you probably already
if you on
sent news.
Instagram, if you on Instagram showing it why the reason why he flew you out. So you know why. So it's no need for you to get there and then try to front like you ain't like, oh, I don't know. This wasn't what I was trying to do. Yes, it was. You knew what you was trying to do.
That's
What you
exactly
talking
what
about?
you was trying to
You
do,
knew what
because
he was.
no matter what we say or how we look at it, right, the whole thing, a lot of it be there is correspondence. And if we take that, they text messages and they video chats, and they FaceTimes, it's been talk about sex. It's been pictures sent both ways or whatever. So of course there should not be an expectation, but of course there is one, because she's put it out there. I don't care what nobody say. It's a man's
if
place
I
you
to
mean,
offer.
look,
It's a woman's place to refuse.
listen,
9
it's a
times out
woman's
of 10,
choice.
she's done put it out there. She
Yeah.
done put it out there because you got on that. Once again, you got on that airplane and
right.
went to wherever
You got
city or state he was.
you gladly accepted that ticket.
Exactly.
And guess what? We can't be acting like these women are dumb. If you get a text message that says, "Hey, come over and chill," you gonna right. You still have the right to choose all the way through. But when you come over, if you get that text at a certain time of night, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like going in the door, if you want to chill with somebody, like make that known. So your text back like, look, I'll come over, but we not doing nothing.
That's it. That
If
you
you
let it be known. And if he say,
yeah,
all right, well, good night.
right.
You know he
Or
don't
if he say, well, he might say, well, look, bring a bottle of wine with you. You know what I'm saying?
or something. Yeah.
Because if you a grown man like me, I'll do that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got to be all creepy. You know what I'm saying? Like we can
Yeah,
come
I
over.
don't know. But
You
P,
know what I'm saying?
if it's 3:00 in the morning, you sent him a text.
You just want to cuddle.
You're not going
You
to
just
know.
wanna cuddle.
I mean, if you
But
do,
You just
see,
want to
look,
if you
cuddle.
do,
But see,
you
Rob,
might want a
look.
glass.
But look, Rod, it's chess, not checkers. You know what I'm saying? It's chess, not
Yeah.
checkers.
No, I
Like
get
you,
it.
so I'm also making an investment too. If I'm doing that, I want to
Mm-hmm.
show you that we can sit here and talk
Coochie
and do
coupons.
whatever you thought, right? We can do all the stuff that you thought was gonna go down, or thought somebody was gonna have a problem with, or some other dude showed you he couldn't do. I'm gonna go ahead and set my bar a little bit higher. Right,
Well,
so
the
I'm
whole thing is, you put it on her shoulders. You make her think it was her idea.
right. Right. It's your
Yeah,
idea, whatever. That
give
way,
out the
if
game,
she
yo.
if she
Give
if she
game out.
jump on me,
Amen.
if she
Good man.
if she jump on me, then
Hey,
I
hey,
just get like,
then it's a
hey,
jump.
listen,
It's a jump, yo. Yeah,
it's
if
a
she
jump.
jump on you, it's a
I'm gonna
jump,
set
yo.
up. I'm gonna set up construction cones around the bed and so on. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna
Work
put the hard,
zone.
And then the jackhammer.
put the hard hat on.
The jackhammer.
I'm gonna put the hard hat on.
Say work zone.
You know what I'm saying?
Word. Let the crossing guards vest
Hey.
on.
Not the
Rob, you gotta have the jackhammer and the big scoop, the big dirt scoop. You know what I'm saying? The joint that goes slow. The joint that goes slow. And you hear it. You hear that joint crank up an hour before they even start moving it, right?
Right.
Like, yeah, the big scoop, they ain't scooping no dirt. It's just there. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, wow, Big P, whatever go on in your bedroom, son, it sounds like it's really dangerous.
I don't want to be no part.
It sounds like it's really dangerous, son. I don't want to be nowhere near anything that takes place that took all that construction going on. But yo, so listen, y'all know we done went over, but it's still cool. They're playing. You do role play and shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, thank you. No, we're not doing that. We're not going.
Yo, that is so fly, man. But y'all know what it is, man. As always, I appreciate y'all for jumping on.
Of course.
Yo, we got to continue to do this, man. There's so much to talk about, man. So much going on out here, yo. So for all y'all that's watching, make sure y'all keep up with each and every one of us. I want y'all to let everybody know where they can find y'all. Of course, I got 5 on it, y'all. I want to make sure y'all understand, yo. We taking over 2023. We really turning up a notch. We got the grits, the girls growing up in the South. We got more shows coming with an all-female lineup. It's super dope. Yeah. The girls on the and then look, these two right here, Paul and T together, yeah. I'm telling you, they set the mood, they set the scene. You know what I'm saying? And look, and all the comics fuck with Paul. Like, yo, it don't matter. Yeah, all of them, like, you know what I'm saying? It's so
they love
man. Y'all gotta come check out a show. If y'all ever in North Carolina, we are coming to different cities. So if you out there and you feel like you want the platform to come to your city, let us know. We'll figure out a way and get out there. But yeah, if y'all ever in North Carolina during the times that we having the show, y'all just keep up with us. And, come on out, man, and check it out, yo. So always do it. We always have it on the weekend. So we give people the option to come on out. You know what I mean? We're not just throwing you in the mix during the week and all that. We understand that people got jobs. You know what I mean? And we understand that people got jobs, they pay. So we want to cater to the people who got jobs. So we work on weekends for the old people who got jobs. We want to make sure y'all come on out. We gotta cater to them, man, because they got the money.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? There's so much we can do for the streets. You know what I mean? There's so much we can do for the streets. Streets want everything for free. But
everything for free.
Thank y'all so much for jumping on as always.
Thank you.
Let everybody know where to find y'all, yo.
Country Tea Comedy, Instagram, Facebook, and of course YouTube.
All right, Big P.
Yo, it's the comedy DJ Big P, the comedy THE, the comedy DJ bartender on all social media. The Signature Par Bev on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? So I'm on there too. But y'all, hey, we coming to your city with this I Got 5 on it. We coming.
That's
coming
yo.
to your city. Take over.
Coming, y'all. And yo, y'all know me, y'all follow me, man. Y'all know what to do. Just Google RAH and the number 1. Everything pops up. Y'all can find out everything that we got going on. We got so much content going on, y'all. We got so much content dropping this year. We have more skits. We got short films. We got a full-length film that we jumping into at the end of the year. I mean, we just got content on top of content. And we not stopping. And then, like I said, I got 5 on it. We gonna raise the bar. We adding another portion to the show that I'm excited about for 2023. We honing our skills, y'all. We taking it seriously, and we not playing no games. So I appreciate everybody that's joined in tonight. I see a few of y'all that watching us live. I appreciate y'all. Definitely shout out to everybody that watched the playback. all the people that listen to us on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, all those places where you get podcasts, audio podcasts. I'm so thankful for y'all too. You know what I mean? And like I said, each and every day, man, I don't care who you are or what you do. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. Yo.
That's right.
All right?
Shout
And
out
that's
to
the
the
fact.
truck drivers.
That's right, yo. Everybody out there that's paying attention, man. And I'm gonna let y'all know something else too. Don't count the likes. Content creators, people who out here that got an art, do not count the likes. They watching. I promise y'all. If you ever check your analytics, you'll see your impressions. You'll see people. You'll see it all. Don't go by likes. Don't go by likes and comments. I promise they watching. All right. Well, until next week, y'all. Y'all know what it is. I'm your boy Rod One. This is Sparking Conversation, y'all. This is my crew. Y'all make sure y'all follow us and stay up with everything we doing. And like I said, man, until next time, yo, double salute, y'all. Word up.
Peace.
Yeah.
Nice.